When you think about absurd wealth, I mean stupid wealth, who comes to mind? Maybe you think of Jeff Bezos, you might think of Elon Musk, maybe you're thinking of one of those Dubai princes with their pet lions and their pet tigers and their boats. But what if I was to tell you that the person we're talking about today, all these people combined, don't even scratch the surface when we talk about the amount of wealth this guy had? And no, I'm not talking about a tech mogul or a business tycoon. No, we're talking about a king, and his name, Mansa Musa. We are talking about an African emperor that was so absurdly rich. His mere presence could literally crash entire economies. Wait, what? Yeah, and I'm not even kidding. And here's the crazy part. His story isn't just about gold. It's about power. It's about pilgrimage. And it's about putting Mali on the map. Are you ready for a story of riches and legacy that will blow your mind? Yeah, let's dive in. Now let's go all the way back to the year 1312. Mansa Musa wasn't just born into greatness, he earned it. When his predecessor went on a wild expedition to explore the Atlantic and never came back, Musa took the throne. Lucky for Mali, Musa wasn't about to play small. He inherited an empire that was already swimming in gold and riches, and he made it the shining jewel of Africa. Under his reign, Mali controlled half the world's gold supply. You heard me right, half the world's supply of gold. Imagine being the guy who could casually say, "Oh, you need gold? Yeah, I've got a mountain of it in my backyard." Musa didn't just have wealth, he had the kind of wealth that made kings jealous. Now, here's where things get wild. In 1324, 12 years after he took control, Musa decided to take a pilgrimage to Mecca. It was a journey that would show the world just how rich Mali was. But this wasn't just your typical religious trip. No, this was a traveling flex. So picture this. Musa rose out with an entourage of 60,000 people. Yes, 60,000. There were soldiers, there were scholars, there were slaves, you name it. Oh, I also forgot the camels. He brought about 80 camels, each camel carrying a lot of gold. That's insane. Everywhere they went, from Cairo to Medina to Mecca, Musa gave out so much gold that he caused massive inflation. In Cairo, price skyrocketed and the economy didn't recover for a decade. The dude was like the OG stock trader, but instead of crashing stocks, he crashed entire economies just by being generous. But seriously, Musa wasn't just about flaunting his wealth. Back home in Mali, he used his riches to build an empire that would last for centuries. He invested in infrastructures, in education and culture, turning cities like Timbuktu into global centers of knowledge. Timbuktu wasn't just a place on a map. No, it became the heart of African scholarship. Musa funded universities, he funded libraries, he funded mosques, like the famous Didinjaba Mosque, which still stands today. He brought in architects and scholars from around the world, creating a legacy of learning and innovation. Think about it for a second. While Europe was struggling through the Dark Ages, Mali was out here shining as a beacon of prosperity and culture. Mansa Musa didn't just make Mali rich, he put Africa on the world stage. After his famous pilgrimage, European mapmakers started including Mali in their charts, often drawing Musa holding a massive gold nugget. I mean, when was the last time you saw someone flexing their wealth so hard it made it onto a map? He wasn't just a king, he was a symbol of African wealth and power. Even explorers like Ibn Battuta wrote about the grandeur of Mali's empire. Meanwhile, Europeans were probably looking at these maps like, wait, Africa got this much gold? We need to get in on that. Musa's reign reshaped global trade routes and left a mark that is still studied till this day. You want to know the crazy thing? After Musa's death, his empire continued to thrive for years. But sadly, his story faded into history for many people outside Africa. I mean, it's only recently that historians pieced together just how influential he truly was. Mansa Musa wasn't just the richest man in history. He was a ruler who used his wealth to uplift his people, to build a legacy of knowledge, and to put Mali at the center of the world. So what is the takeaway from it all, guys? The takeaway is Mansa Musa was the ultimate baller. But he didn't just hoard wealth. No, he shared his wealth. He invested his wealth, and he made sure that his empire would be remembered for centuries to come. So next time someone is bragging about their riches, hit them with this question. Cool, but did you crash an economy just by being generous? Alright guys, if you enjoyed this deep dive into Mansa Musa's golden reign, smash that like button and hit subscribe for more legendary stories from African history. And hey, let me know in the comments, what's the one thing you would do if you had Musa's wealth? Let's hear your golden ideas, because I got like a million ideas I would do if I had that amount of money. Later guys.